as a Green, fairness and equality, helping everyone in the city, no matter what their background, to thrive is actually at the very heart of what we stand for in the Green Party. I think the Commission, the report, is absolutely amazing work. The engagement process that you went through, bringing up ideas from the grassroots, talking to people, getting real input from people right across the spectrum. It's how I want to run London if I'm in City Hall. I want to give London back to Londoners. That's what I've been saying. But I really mean that. I really mean bringing more people into City Hall and helping with the decisions that the Mayor has to make. I think there are budgets we have for skills, for development. We're going to be taking control of further education and colleges. All of that can be directed more to helping close the inequalities that we face. One measure that doesn't cost any money at all that I'm talking about bringing in is name-blind recruitment. What we have is amazing achievement within London schools. People come out of London schools with a greater number of qualifications. But what we find is people from ethnic minorities don't get on as well, even though they've got better qualifications, and there are conscious and unconscious biases that we can deal with through making first stage of applying for a job absolutely anonymous, and that also helps with female equality as well, because you apply for a manager's job as a woman, there's a higher standard people seem to apply to you, and I'm sure you've experienced that as well. Engineering groups, business groups agree we need a new, smarter congestion charge to replace what we currently have. It's very, very out of date, the congestion charge. It's 12 years old. It's a very simple system. You pay one charge and you can drive around the centre of London all day if you want to. We need something that's distance-based, that's time-based, that gives people a reward for driving outside of rush hour. And that's more or less consensus across the board. So you can't say exactly how that would work now. You've got to go and consult with the boroughs, you've got to go and consult with drivers, with everyone basically, and do the sums properly. But something like that needs to be done by the next Mayor, and we need to start consulting and developing it as soon as after 5th of May as possible, basically.
It excludes then...
I mean, gentrification is a very sort of broad term that covers lots of things, but rising house prices is part of it. I think one of the aspects is the sort of very visible gentrification where small businesses that represent the local community, which sell affordable things, get pushed out by landlords of the shops trying to seek higher rents and new tenants for the shops. And I think that is a real problem across London. We're going to have some very, very strong policies to protect small business space, small industrial spaces, and we'll be using our influence on people like Network Rail to help get people, when things are redone, like railway arches, to get the people who currently occupy them back in at the same rent as before, because we can't be pushing these small businesses out of London. They provide half our jobs, and just for the extra rent you might get for gentrifying, I think it isn't a good thing to do. You know, gentrification where you push out the local coffee shop and bring in Starbucks, not good. The gentrification where you turn an empty shop into a new community cafe, fantastic. So it's not something you can be blanket against because it means so many different things. One of the big influences on me and the Green Party's development of policy over the past few years has been the Spirit Level book, which basically establishes that, the idea that you be intensely relaxed about people being very, very rich at the top, if that widens the gap, that's actually bad for society as a whole. And it's social engineering for that to be there. It isn't good for society as a whole to have very, very rich people ostentatiously showing the difference that there is. It's just bad for psychologically the society, but also spiritually, I think. I think it's a very, very interesting concept. I don't know what powers the Mayor of London has to control salaries at the very, very top. I know we have the power and the ability to sort out the housing crisis to the extent where we can have a more equal housing provision, where we can have more council houses again, where workers of all kinds live in council houses, and it isn't just the people who can justify that they are in dire need. And I think that's where we can make a start with that. At the top, we know we do need higher taxes for the highest earners, so that they're contributing at least to alleviating the problem.